Guys, before we continue with today's video, don't forget to check our brand Les Silk. We created in Bali. I'm gonna leave a website along with all the social medias in the description. Please go check us out.
And treat yourself with something nice.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Welcome to another video. Currently we are in England. We came to visit our friends.
And it looks like Bali.
That's why it's, it looks like Bali, which is super cool. Our friend built a house and it's so tropical over here. This is not conversation for today. Today we will be talking about a highly requested topic. I need to say we already made a similar video to that. We created video about locations in CANGGU.
Areas of CANGGU, yeah,
So
right.
how to choose the location. But today we wanted to talk more about one particular area.
Or maybe two.
Or maybe two, as Alina said, where by our opinion is the best location to live in Bali / CANGGU. This is the location where we lived. So we only will be talking about CANGGU, perhaps small insight into surrounding areas. Right, guys, so most of you who are watching this video, I'm assuming you are planning on coming to Bali for a holiday or even for a long term.
Yeah, and I think the areas we will talk about, it's mainly for long-term stays rather than holiday stays.
I agree, but we will briefly mention the short-term areas. Okay, let's just quickly describe what areas are around CANGGU and part of the CANGGU. So we mentioned in one of the videos Umalas, which by our opinion is pretty dangerous area.
Not like dangerous, but not the best area where to stay.
Yeah,
by our opinion.
We got quite a few negative comments for being transparent, but we will stick to what we know and what we want to say. So Umalas I would probably try to avoid if possible. It's one of the cheaper areas. Many locals live there, many expats live there as well.
Yeah, long-term stay area.
Another area would be Kerobokan. Kerobokan is probably the most distant.
Is it CANGGU? No.
It's part of CANGGU surrounding. It's probably the most distant area from central CANGGU. Most of the locals live there. Famous Kerobokan prison is located over there.
And it's a relatively cheap area as well.
And it's very, very close to
Seminyak.
So if you want to be part of Seminyak, nightlife or day life, beach clubs, Seminyak any life of Seminyak, Kerobokan is the closest area to Seminyak, most probably.
What else is there?
Okay, the biggest probably and the most trendy area would be Brava. For its famous beach club.
Fins.
Yeah. They are claiming to be the #1 beach club in the world. Not sure about that, but it's very popular. It can accommodate up to almost 4,000 people.
Yeah.
There is a large beach as well.
Yeah.
We need to say, guys, just quickly, we wanted to tell you about one app we've been using for more than a year now. It's called Yours App, and it's fastest growing self-care and mindfulness app on the market. There is loads of different content from psychology tips, sleep stories, different kind of guided meditations, guided yoga and physiotherapy videos, breathing clocks, and the list goes on.
It is basically one app which covers everything mental and physical health related.
Psychology section is one of the most interesting parts. You will find newest research and tips from psychology experts, providing you with a very digestible, easy to understand insights into mental health. Very useful for those who cannot afford to pay for a therapy but would like to get some extra tips from an expert. For example, how to overcome stress with one easy technique. And for the last few days, just before going to bed, we listened to one of the sleep stories called Cartagena Love Affair. Peaceful voice of storyteller and the background music are just super relaxing.
I will be taking you on a journey to the magical country of Colombia.
I've fallen asleep somewhere in the middle, I think. Did you finish the story?
No, I think I have fallen asleep before you.
Yeah. There is a free but also premium version of the app, which, by the way, is very affordable, and considering how much value does it offer, I think it's well worth the money. So guys, if you are interested, we're gonna leave a link in the description of the video, also with a cheeky discount code. If you will use it, you will support our channel and you will get extra 60% of your yearly plan. Brava is very famous for its cafes. And there are a lot of restaurants, a lot of other
coffee shops, restaurants, cafes. So basically, if you want to go out for a dinner, lunch or whatever, Brava is most probably the area where to go.
The problem with Berava is you don't see much of a greenery over there. Everything is under construction. Everything is like really made out of concrete. It almost seems like it's not Bali anymore.
Yeah, because in the recent years they started to build so many villas, so many houses in that area. So it starts to lose a bit of Bali vibe, you know. It's not as much of a nature there anymore. It's more like a little town.
It's not our favorite area,
No,
I need to
it's
say.
not,
And between Berava and central Canggu or Batu Bolong, there used to be a shortcut. Still, there is a shortcut, but that shortcut was in an absolutely horrible state. Now they repaired it, so you can actually.
Now it's amazing, literally.
Actually,
It's so good.
So, not our favorite area, but very, very popular area. Now, Batu Bolong is probably the
Is it the
area which
central?
is the most central area. This is where you can find plenty of guest houses, plenty of restaurants.
Yeah.
It's pretty similar to Berava in a sense.
It used to be, I think it used to be much more popular. So basically now I think most of the tourists who come, they are staying and sticking around the Batu Bolong area. But people who live there more long term, they move towards Brava and other areas. So I think Batu Bolong now is more like a touristy place.
Yeah, and also our favorite place is located there,
Which
Black
one?
Sands,
Oh yeah.
for beers and
Yeah.
night out.
Nice
Black
food
Sands
as well.
is definitely our place where we used to go quite a bit, sometimes excessively.
Yeah.
Just Fridays are so busy there. Like normally, when we came to Bali first time, it wasn't that busy, and then suddenly within like a few months, people are checking if you are on the list. There are queues, cars are parking there.
I don't want to know how
Very,
is it now
very
these
popular
days.
place. But for a reason, food is great, beer is great. They have their own brewery. So definitely number one area for beer. Yeah, probably for a beer.
In Bali, Canggu, definitely.
Canggu, yeah.
I don't know any other place.
Not better for sure. Okay, another two areas we didn't mention, and these probably, as you are guessing, would be our top two. Now, me and Alina has got different opinions on those areas because my number one is, I'm assuming, Alina's number two.
What do you mean?
We'll figure out, or all the way around.
It depends. Again, it depends.
Okay,
in my
yeah,
opinion.
we'll talk about that. So the area which is becoming really popular now, specifically with the people who want to stay in Bali long term and perhaps who want to invest into property, build a villa or buy a villa, still feel that Bali vibe, green vibe, all the nature,
green, yeah.
relatively green is changing as well. But one of the nicest areas around Canggu, we talk in Pererenan.
Yeah.
For many
Pererenan.
people, is very complicated to pronounce.
And for me as well.
Pererenan.
Pererenan. Is it still considered as a part of Canggu?
It's considered as
outskirts.
Yeah, outskirts, but it is literally, it's on the edge of central Canggu, so it's like a 3 minutes in.
5-minute drive.
We need to mention to get from one area to another area within a Canggu. It's a small area as it is. So you need 10 minutes to get from one to another one, and if it's Pererenan to central Canggu, you only need like 3 minutes.
And there are many
There are
shortcuts.
yeah.
And the good thing, Pererenan is located very close to the Raja Canggu, which is the main street.
Yeah, Raja Canggu means main Canggu street.
Yeah, which literally can link you to all the other areas.
So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna pop the map and I'm gonna highlight the Raja Canggu, which is running from east to west. So it's basically main road, and from that road you can get to Pererenan, you can get to central Canggu, you can get to Berava and Umalas and also Kerobokan.
And even leave Canggu if you go towards Mungu.
Yeah, that leads basically to Seminyak and further if you want to, or towards the west of the Bali. It's a main road.
Yeah.
And also behind that road there is one area we want to mention at the end, and that's probably my favorite area.
Yeah,
Let's go back to Pererenan.
Yeah, so we can describe a bit, right?
Yeah.
So it's still relatively quiet if we compare, for example, to Brava, I would say. It's not so overbuilt. However, they don't stop building there. So it becomes new trendy place for everyone who wants to move there, build a villa or invest in property or whatever.
Yeah. Many of the yoga enthusiasts live there, many of the artists, more of the boohoo, holistic
It has a
all
bit
of that
different
stuff.
vibe than central Canggu, for example.
It has got that very, very Balinese style, modern Balinese, we need to say, because there is a massive influence of Australian culture and the rest of the world as well.
But the good thing is that many local people still live there, so you can feel the Bali culture there quite strongly.
Yeah. So it is definitely second or first favorite area of ours.
Yeah.
Here's the decision-making process.
So,
It becomes a bit more busy than I would wish. That's why it's not my number one area, but the most beautiful cafes are located over
Exactly,
there.
I wanted to say you will get all your cafes you want over there, all the restaurants, coffee shops. You've got a gym there, the local gym.
Victory Fitness, the cheapest gym in Canggu, if you don't want to pay $200 per month.
You have some nice hotels over there. You have all the luxury boutiques, clothing boutiques. You have many things there.
And for a surfing, we need to mention famous Echo Beach, which is probably the most famous beach in Canggu area for a surfer, because waves are pretty, I would say, advanced. I'm not a surfer myself, so I don't really know. And as far as I know, Alina is a surfer as well. But it's very surf-oriented
But Echo
area.
Beach is not Pereranan.
It is part.
Is
It is
it?
close, yeah.
Okay, so it's next to it.
Yeah, and so that would be Pereranan, and let's go to the area where we lived for a whole year.
Most of the time, yeah.
And we returned to that area. So we tried multiple areas in Canggu. We lived in Batu Balong. We lived very close to Berava. So we lived in two different
We
locations.
lived in Brava
there.
actually at the very beginning.
Yeah, we lived in Berava.
Yeah.
To be honest, we hated it.
It wasn't for
Very
us.
honest. No, it was
Wasn't
too
for
busy.
us.
Too busy to build. And we lived in this area we are talking about.
We will talk about
And this area is called Babakan.
Yeah. So that is, how you say, across? Yeah.
Yeah.
Across from Raja Canggu.
Remember when we mentioned that main road, Raja Canggu, all the areas are south from that road. So you basically drop down and you get to any of those 4 or 5 mentioned areas so far. Now, the only area which is behind the road, which is essentially advantage, because you are not in an area which is that busy, but you can get through to any of the areas using the road within 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, because if you would check the map, it might seem that it's quite far away from everything else, where all the life happens, but that's not true. It literally takes max 5 minutes.
Have a look on the Google Maps, so set yourself location where you want to go from Babakan and see how long does it take. I guarantee it's going to be 5 to 7 minutes on a scooter, which is pretty fast.
It's relatively close. Sometimes it can take you longer time to get from Brava to Batu Balong than from Babakan to Batu Balong, for example.
Now, in terms of accommodations in Babakan, it's not so much variety as the rest of the areas.
I think we need
That's
to
what
mention
makes it unique.
Yeah, and I think we need to mention it's still relatively, how to say,
undeveloped.
Local area. So majority of people who live there are local people, and now slowly expats start to go and live there.
Yeah, a majority of the people who are coming from foreign countries are long-term living expats, which are living in this area. So very rarely short-term.
Yeah.
So this probably would be the best area for somebody who wants to move to Bali for a longer term.
Buy or build, maybe.
Yeah.
I need to mention that housing prices are not the cheapest there.
For a reason, it's very green, very beautiful, very clean.
Still relatively untouched, so you get what you pay for.
Yeah, so probably not the ideal area for newcomers. If you are not familiar with the other areas in Canggu and you don't really know how the system works, it could be a little bit hassle for you. For those who either know Bali a little bit or want to move to Bali for a long term and they've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Babakan, highly recommend it. It's beautiful green area.
It's very peaceful.
Easy
it's very
to get
quiet.
to Ubud as well, because you'll be always going through Babakan if you want to go to Ubud.
I think it's important to say that there, it's not so, as we mentioned, it's not so developed area, so there are not so many cafes and restaurants and so on. So if you want to go out and do something, you will have to drive more to central Canggu. However, there are few relatively local gyms. Yeah?
Yeah, two local gyms.
There are few cafes, there are few warungs, etc. But if you want more, you will need to leave Babakan area.
But guys, if you are anything like us, so you value your privacy, you value peace and connection with the nature,
More
you
than
want to
your
experience a bit more Bali within CANGGU, which is very difficult these days because it gets really busy. Babakan would be area for you because you can get to any business you want within 5 minutes and then go back to your private, peaceful
Bali.
Bali. Otherwise, in the rest of the areas, it will be really hectic, really busy, really loud.
Even all the traffic, you know, there you don't get so much traffic. Like, so it means it will be a bit like cleaner air, you know, much more peaceful than anywhere else.
Yeah. All right, guys, this will be it for today. If you got any more questions in regards of Bali or anything else, leave a comment below. Also check all the links in the description because there is this insurance we are using and all of that stuff. I'm not going to be doing
or maybe
promo here.
or maybe share with us which is your favorite area in CANGGU, if you live there or you've been there, whatever.
Yeah, and we will see you very soon in the next video. Thank you for watching.
See you.
Bye.